We'd love to have you join us at the Knoxville Quarterback Club. We meet every Monday during the fall at Calhoun's on the River. We honor high school football players and coaches and officials, and we hear great speakers every week. This year you'll hear everybody from Bobby Bowden to Lloyd Carr to Derek Dooley to the ESPN and CBS commentators. It's a lot of fun, great fellowship, and a ton of talk about football. Come join us. Look for information on how to join on the screen below. I look forward to seeing you there.
All right, here with our Defensive Player of the Week, Seth Blaine from Central High School. Seth, I know this year's been tough for y'all. You took one on the chin last week, but you still managed to get 15 tackles, 2 for loss, and 2 sacks. What's the season been like for you so far?
Well, we came out week 1, got beat by Webb, and followed that up with a big upset versus Morristown West. And we've just haven't had things go our way with injuries. Philip Saul, our starting fullback middle linebacker, was hurt, and scrimmage right before the season started. A couple of off-the-field incidents, and it's just.
But for you, for you to get 15 tackles, it shows you haven't quit this year. Even though the loss or the wins haven't stacked up, you seem to still be giving it your all.
Yes, sir. I try to keep my motor running, and it goes for most of the team, really. And my teammates did well. They put me in good positions to make plays, and our motor isn't going to stop running as a team. We got Campbell County, Halls, Powell, and Clinton, and we're going to come out ready to play, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to win.
Well, good luck the rest of the way, and congratulations on being Defensive Player of the Week.
The best college coaches, in my opinion, Nick. I'd put Nick Saban right at the top. I've known Nick for a long time. He grew up in Ohio. He started his coaching career at Akron. A lot of you may not know that. He was the head coach at Akron. Then he went to Michigan State. Then he went to LSU. Then he went to the Dolphins, and now you know about him in Alabama. Nick's a very good football coach, and I think Coach Dooley used to coach for him, didn't he? He learned from a master, I'll tell you. This guy's a good coach. Urban Meyer's a good football coach, good college football coach. If I were back into coaching now, I would run the spread offense. I would send my offensive staff to Florida and try to copy, what they do offensively. I might stop at Auburn on the way back. I'm a real fan of their offensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator they have at Auburn. No huddle, quick tempo, spread the field, that kind of stuff. I would run that. I'd do it in a minute. The only time I'd huddle is if I had a bad team. Then I'd stay in the huddle a long time. I'd try to stretch the game out. Anyway, I think Urban's really a good football coach. I tell you, a good football coach. You know very little about Jim Trussell. Coach at Ohio State, very good coach. Won 4 national championships at Youngstown State. Came to Ohio State, and his won-loss record up there is over 80%. Those people up there are passionate about football. And he's got a good team this year, second-ranked team in the country. Very good football team, great quarterback. Great, let me say that again. Great athlete playing quarterback. Terrell Pryor, you'll be hearing more and more about him. He's 6'5", they say 6'6", but he's 6'5", weighs about 240, fastest guy on the team, runs 4.3. Saturday's ball game, he threw 4 touchdowns, ran for a touchdown the second play of the game, and actually caught a touchdown pass, all in one game. He hit 16 passes in a row last week. They're dumping it off here, dumping it off there, but people can't tackle him. That's why anybody we play, if they don't have 2 defensive ends that's going to get up the field and keep him in the pocket, it's going to be a long afternoon. So that's why Ohio State, along with their defense, that's why they're the second-ranked team in the country. Real quickly, a couple other things I like. We had one sign up in our locker room. I told my coaches in the coaches' locker room, don't bitch about our players. They're the only ones we got. I don't want to hear you tell me how bad they are. Because on Saturday afternoon, guys, you're going to line up and play with them. So we always told them how good they were, what we expected of them. You put positive thoughts in, you're going to get positive results. Don't tell me about that horse going blind. Load the wagon and pull the line. That's get the job done, okay? That's the sort of attitude you have to take.
We'd love to have you join us at the Knoxville Quarterback Club. We meet every Monday during the fall at Calhoun's on the River. We honor high school football players and coaches and officials, and we hear great speakers every week. This year you'll hear everybody from Bobby Bowden to Lloyd Carr to Derek Dooley to the ESPN and CBS commentators. It's a lot of fun, great fellowship, and a ton of talk about football. Come join us. Look for information on how to join on the screen below. I look forward to seeing you there.
We're here with the official of the week this week for the Knoxville Football Association, Rick Haggerty. Rick, give us one of your favorite moments as official.
Well, probably one of the best was last Friday night, going over to Catholic High School and watching all the students and all the parents and everybody that was enjoying the Webb Catholic game. That's really the pageantry and the fun of the game is really before it even starts. That's a good bit of it. And then once you see these kids out there playing, it's really a treat. I mean,
you can smell it in the air on Friday nights, can you not?
you got that right.
Congratulations, Rick.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Okay, you don't want to get in a urinating contest with a skunk. You're going to lose. So don't ask players to do something they can't do. Don't line up and play a lot of man coverage if you don't have corners that can run, because these wideouts can run. Okay, you must have good cornerbacks. Here's another one I really like. Don't make that other team better than they are. Don't make them better. Make them beat you Friday night, or make them beat you Saturday afternoon. If I'm coaching here, I don't want to hear all week how damn good LSU is. LSU barely beat West Virginia and Baton Rouge last week. LSU's quarterback's awful. He's awful. Now, they do have a good defensive team. They're well coached. They got a good defensive team. They're great on special teams. It's a tough place to play, but they're not a great football team. They are beatable. I don't want to hear about Georgia. Are you kidding me? Georgia's not a great team. Don't tell me how good Georgia is. South Carolina, how many SEC championships has Spurrier won since he left Florida? Huh? Don't tell me about that. Then you got Memphis. Holy cow, I like to play Memphis. Huh? Then you got Vanderbilt and Kentucky waiting down there, right?
And Ole Miss. Yeah.
And Ole Miss, yeah. So you got to win 6 games. You got to win at least 6 games. If you win 6, you can go to the bowl game. If you go to the bowl game, you can start practice. You got another spring practice before the bowl game. And that's what you need. The NCAA got it all wrong. Those teams that don't go to bowl games are the ones that need to practice. They do. Now you think about that. So you need to go to a bowl game and you can practice and you get better and you can recruit. You win with people. Great place to recruit. Great place to coach. Passionate fans. Love Tennessee. Get these high school football players in there. Next thing you know, you're back exactly where Coach Fulmer was when he first took over, right? Right? Great place to live. Quick questions.
You said our job was the 11th, and I disagree with you, but everybody else may have a different, but it was the 11th best job, right?
I got 11. I got Tennessee 11. No, I do. I do. It could be better than that, okay?
You're right.
You do. You do have an administration here. I know your chancellor and your administration, your athletic director do a great job. I have Tennessee right behind Notre Dame. Now Notre Dame, some people think I got Notre Dame too high. I got Tennessee ahead of Georgia. I think it's a better coaching job in Georgia, but there's good high school football in Georgia too. But the tradition, General Neyland, the great players we've had here at Tennessee, that makes this, and the fans, you guys make this a great place to live and a great place to coach. The question is concerning the NCAA, and I agree with you 100%. I read the report on Southern Cal. NCAA started investigating Reggie Bush situation at USC in April of '06. 4 years later, they take the Heisman Trophy away from him and put him on probation. I mean, why does it take that long? I mentioned earlier, you don't have to cheat at SC or Ohio State or Tennessee or Florida or Alabama. You don't have to go out there and violate rules. And that's the NCAA's job. They should make sure it doesn't happen. If I told my coaching staff, and those of you that know anything about me, I told my coaching staff the first time we met every year, I said, guys, you know the rules. You know the NCAA rules. You have to pass a test before you can go on the road recruiting. College coaches do. You know the rules. If you knowingly violate a rule and I find out about it, you're fired. And that's it doesn't get any plainer than that. And the NCAA, the 24 years I was a head football coach, the NCAA was never on my campus. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. I'm a no-nonsense type guy like that. If somebody's cheating, they find out about it. Last question.
What years were you at Ohio State?
I was there from 88 to 2000. 13 years. That's why I look so bad now. Woody's the only guy that lasted longer than me, okay?
And before you sit down, let me say one thing about next week, and then we want to give you a great ovation for a great job. Next week, I'd ask all of you to be here. Bill, we're delighted you're here. Come next week. People talk about having a former Tennessee guy speak. Next week, we're going to have Inky Johnson, and most everybody in here knows Inky Johnson. Everybody in here is a big Tennessee fan. I would suggest to you that in the last 20 years, matter of fact, I wouldn't suggest, I'd tell you, in the last 20 years, the most respected player that's ever put the field on that's ever walked on the field from his teammates, and I believe his coaches. It's not Peyton Manning. He was very well respected. It wasn't Al Wilson. He was very well respected. It was Inky Johnson. You will love seeing and hearing from him, and nobody has ever given more to Tennessee than Inky Johnson. He gave his right arm and his shoulder. And he'll be here. Please come early and bring your friends. And let's give a great big hand for a great job, Coach John Cook.
We're here with the Gray Hodges pick of the week. This week picking is Bill Perry. Bill, let us know the Tennessee LSU score.
I'm going to pick Tennessee.
What score?
The score is going to be 29-17.
29-17, Big Orange. We're here with the West Chevrolet pick of the week. Picking this week is Gerald Gully. Give us a score for the Tennessee LSU.
Well, against my better judgment, I'm going to pick Tennessee. I think they're going to have a tremendous afternoon down in Baton Rouge, and they're going to pull it out 20-17.
20-17, Big Orange.
Thanks for joining us at the Knoxville Quarterback Club. We hope you've enjoyed our show. We'd love to see you in person. We meet every Monday, Calhoun's on the River at 11:30 during the football season. Membership information is on the screen below, and membership is open to anyone who loves football and wants to support the game. Thanks a lot, and I look forward to seeing you.